It's time for season 3, bitches.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just a couple pregnant bitches navigating motherhood together. Welcome back, everyone, to the Pregnant Bitches podcast.
Woo!
So I think I fucked Amanda up the last couple weeks with talking about newborns and babies. She doesn't remember.
I don't remember. And I was like, we finished filming and I looked at you and I was like, this is why women have kids again. Because
they forget.
I literally don't remember the newborn stage. I barely remember the fucking 3 to 6 month stage.
I didn't remember either.
What?
No,
I'm ready for another baby now.
Yeah, because you don't remember.
I don't remember.
And then you're just going to get hit with the works.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm really done now. Then you're like, okay, I'm done. But that's why women have more kids.
100%.
This is a full example of why.
100%.
So let's get into...
This week we have a topic you know.
Okay.
Which is
we have
toddlers.
a topic we know.
Tantruming toddlers.
Okay, we're in it. Let's get into it.
We have...
Everyone likes when I say, so let's just get straight into it.
Okay, so one thing... You're so weird. Okay. I think you should update everybody on how the sleep transition went with Arlo. Because last time we... Oh.
No, I do. I will.
Last time we chatted, he was in a crib.
Okay.
You were like, I'm not transitioning him to a bed. You did transition him to a bed. And now what happened?
Okay. So we transitioned Arlo into a bed 2 months or a month and a half prior to his 3rd birthday. He just turned 3. Yay,
Happy
Arlo.
birthday, Arlo.
Thank you. And he's starting a new school in September. So
Crazy.
I kind of didn't want to do bed new school. I kind of wanted to give him a couple months to get used to it. So the first couple of days were really hard. He wasn't staying in his bed. I feel like Adam slept there one night. I slept there one night. And I'm like, no, we're just going back to bad habits again.
Yeah,
It's he was sleeping in his crib. We dealt with all that shit and now we're doing it again. So I called my sleep trainer, the one who helped me get him sleeping in the crib once he was in that really fussy phase where he fell asleep standing for 3 hours. And she said something to me that really stuck. And I just told one of our friends about this also. She said, there should not be a difference between sleep training your kid in a crib that has 4 walls where they cannot move versus a room that has 4 walls that they cannot get out of as long as their area is safe.
Right.
And that really stuck with me. I was like, you're right.
Right.
There is no difference. He's just going into a bed where he has a little bit more space and he can get out of the bed.
Right.
But if the room is safe, so we took everything out of the room, but we'll get to that because I didn't take everything out of the room. I fucked up. But in my head, I was like, okay, I'm taking the diaper pail out. I'm taking his laundry hamper out. I'm taking everything that I would think
potentially be a hazard.
Could be a hazard.
Yeah.
So
what did you leave?
I left books on a bookshelf. And my son decided to climb up. Don't worry, he won't do it again, which was actually a very good thing. And honestly, kids have to learn.
Yes, I agree.
I also saw, I'm going in 50 different directions, but I saw this TikTok with this mom talking. I don't know if I sent it to you.
It was a 4 and a 10.
And she was like,
when
they have to learn. When your kid is reaching a boundary and when to step in.
Yes.
Your kid's going to fall.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Especially if you have boys.
It's going to happen. And you have to know when that threshold is of this is wrong. No, but they're going to fall. They're going to fall off the bed. They're going to fall off the couch. They're going to fly down the stairs. They're boys. They're going to learn. We've learned, they have to learn too.
100%.
So he learned his lesson and we put him to bed. Everything was fine. And he climbed up to the top of the headboard.
Oh my God.
And I left books. I have floating shelves and I left books and he wanted to grab the books, but that is not safe. So he climbed up, he reached the books and he flew back.
Oh my God.
Thank God he was fine. He fell on the bed, not on the floor because that would have been a hard hit.
Oh God.
He was fine. But the next morning after I went in, I was like, you're fine. Obviously he was in shock. He fell off the bed. But the next morning he's like, I'm not going to climb anymore.
Oh, thank God.
I'm not going to climb anymore.
At least he learned his lesson.
He learned his lesson. So that's when obviously that probably, I should have taken away the books. I should have realized, yes, they
were going to want to get something.
There's a headboard. So now there's nothing in the room. He cannot hurt himself. And a couple of days leading after that, he would scream at the door, bang the door, scream. We put a lock on the outside of the door so he cannot get out.
Yeah, that you have to do that. You have to.
It's going to be a transition.
Yes.
But then again, I have another girlfriend. She put her kid in a bed, slept, no problem. So you never know what's going to happen.
They're all very different.
But every transition you do is going to be a transition. Just be ready for it and don't be disappointed if it's not the way that
or if it's
going.
not fast enough. Like
that's what it
like
is. If
let
it's
them
not
go.
fast enough.
Like I feel like you always are like we're like rushing our kids
Right.
and hurrying them, and
I
it gives
know.
them like anxiety of like
I'm like, please
we're
don't
always
give my
going
kid
here. Just
anxiety.
leave it be. But no, it's funny you said that about the falling because my friend messaged me the other day. She's like, my son just keeps falling and hitting and smashing, and I'm like, welcome to
boy
like
life.
boy life. Like it's just gonna happen.
And it happens to girls too. Like
100%. But the thing you sent me was about the 4 versus the 10. Like
right.
your level of like what's acceptable of like a 4 out of 10
Right.
is like maybe not someone's 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Like our kids jumping off the couch from here to here, like that's just fine.
That's
like
just
I don't
normal.
care.
They're kids.
Someone else might freak out when that happens. And I'm
Right.
like, this is normal for me.
Right.
When they're jumping from here like down 9 flights of stairs, that's not for me.
Yeah,
like
that's not for me. Let's just like stop
not do that.
But they will fall, they will hurt themselves, and they will learn. And that the bed example is a full example. He learned, and he's not climbing that bed.
No.
He has not climbed that bed, and he will not climb that bed because he scared himself from it. But that's how we learn.
I know.
We learn and we
From
do
mistakes.
things
100%.
from our mistakes, and we learn that, no, I didn't like this. This didn't make me comfortable, and I don't want to do it again.
I agree.
So he's sleeping in the bed, and the only issue I'm having, as we know, is he's waking up at 6 a.m.
That's tough.
And
that's really tough.
Like that kid, we had that clock, and when that clock turned green, that's when he knew
what happened to that?
So it's still there, but he's not following the rules because he can get out of the bed. So the only difference that, like, from the sleep coach saying that there is no difference, it's 4 walls, they're still in it, is that you can't get out of your crib. Well, my kid didn't try to get out of his crib. So to him, he was like, I'm stuck. I'm just going to sit there.
So doesn't it apply to the room then? He can't leave the room until it goes green? He can't leave the room,
so we put toys in there.
Yeah.
So now there's toys in his room so he can wake up and play nicely. And slowly and gradually he's understanding, I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in until the clock turns green. You have your toys. You can play with them now. But then it gets into the potty training and the shit.
Oh my God.
And the what happens now, he wakes up, he doesn't want to be in shit. So like Adam came down last week and he was screaming, Daddy, I have poo. And he put his hands down and he has shit on his hands. And I can't. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Poo.
Toddlers are a whole other fucking breed.
We're struggling with the whole sleep nap. Like they're at 3, they could drop a nap and be no nap.
I wish
which
they never.
Is like fuck me. Like that's such a long day.
It is such a long day.
If you don't nap them,
they can go to bed earlier.
Miserable from the hours of like 4 till 7, but then they crash at like 7:38.
Yes.
If you do nap them, then they go to bed at 10 p.m.
Yes.
Like either option sucks.
Either option sucks, but you have to follow your kid's lead on that point.
Like it's so fucking
Arlo
annoying.
just stopped. Like there was literally a weekend where he completely just stopped.
We're like,
he's like
in that transition of he's just, I mean, yesterday he fell asleep from like 3 till 4 because like he was just exhausted. But he
went to bed later?
He went to bed later, but he has been able to drop the nap a couple times. And then it's like an 8 p.m. bedtime, which is like nice. Right. But if he doesn't do that,
you have
so
to.
late. Like 10 p.m. is so late.
No, I could never. You have to follow your kid's lead. So what we have done, and it's happened a couple times, like Arlo's has gone to bed at 6:15 because he's been up since 6 a.m. without a nap. And at 6:15, he's like, I'm tired.
And he'll sleep till 6 a.m.
till 6 a.m. the next day. So as much as like, obviously my bedtime was always like 7 p.m. because I'm okay to wake up at 7 a.m. And I feel like that 12-hour window.
Fine.
But if he can't push, and toddlers are like babies.
Yes.
It's the same thing. If they get past that point of no return,
they're done.
They're not going to sleep at 7 p.m. They're going to be fucking basket cases.
Yeah. We always know when Ziggy's tired because he starts to just throw shit, bite, this, that. And everyone's like, he's being a bad kid. I'm like, nope, he's tired.
Just tired.
Like bed now.
Where were we? Where I was like, he's just tired.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It wasn't your kid. It was someone else's kid. And they started to like do crazy shit. I was like, they're just tired. Like, go put your kid to sleep.
Yeah. Bed.
Yeah.
Bed. You know, when they start acting like assholes, you know. Time.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.
That's, I think, my biggest advice with the bed and transitioning is I keep saying, you know your kid best.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like Arlo's not going to sleep at 9:30. He will not last till 9:30. I know my kid, and I know my kid will be able to go to sleep at 6:15.
Right.
And be totally fine. Whereas your kid will not be able to go to sleep at 6:15.
No, he's still eating ice cream.
There you go. There you go. That's his dinner time. My kids eat at like 4 o'clock. So you have to be your own judge of character
100%.
and advocate for yourself and your kids.
I agree.
And you know best.
Okay, so another thing with these toddlers is the screens. Like, we've gone through, when you put these screens on, it opens Pandora's fucking box of emotions.
I agree.
Like, we were fine. Like 1.5, we were fine. We were watching TV in the morning, at night. It was
then you
great.
can turn it
was like
off.
30 minutes, whatever. Then they start to get older and they start demanding shows.
Like you wake up.
I want to watch Paw Patrol. When's Paw Patrol? Where's Blippi? Yelling at me. This thing, that
They're
thing.
starting. It's actually crazy now. You bringing that up. You're kind of like, they're becoming independent.
Yes.
Like they're starting to tell you what they like, what they don't like.
I don't want to watch this show.
Right.
I want to watch this show.
Right.
And I'm like, how do you even know what the options are? Like, how do you know what the options are? Yeah.
I'm going to pick the show.
Yeah.
And you're going to like it.
It was bad. Like, it was literally like
we went through that together.
Yes. We went at the same time. Like, he would literally open his eyes. I want to watch Paw Patrol.
Yes.
And I'm like, hi, good morning.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
It was a very scary face. I call it a scary face.
So then we cut cold turkey.
Same.
We literally one day, I was like, all the TVs are broken. Sorry to tell you, they don't work.
Yeah.
Oh, the remotes. Oh, it's not, like, you can figure it out. Meltdowns, stage 5 meltdowns, like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then I think we did it for like 2 to 3 weeks, and everyone in the family had to participate. Like our moms,
all the TVs are broken.
Everything, all the TVs are broken. Like, and my brother was like, the TVs work. I'm like, no, they don't work. And then we introduced a couple shows and we went back old school. Like it was Barney, Arthur, like
the
shit
stuff that we used to watch.
And I was like, this is the new TVs.
Right.
I don't know if you ever saw that one of the mom put the TV show in Spanish and was like, you're tired.
Yeah. You don't understand what's going on. Or I saw one that said like, put the subtitles on and they can't read yet, but turn off the subtitle and then they're reading.
Yeah.
Sorry, put on the sub. I'm like, but they're 3. They don't know how to read yet. But like later
7.
on, like, yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard. The screens is very hard because I feel like you live your life. We live our lives on our phones, with our computers. Like,
I agree.
Now we work on our phones.
Everything.
We buy stuff on our phones.
Everything.
Like, I don't think they can comprehend that, like,
why does mommy get to do it?
Right.
Why did mommy and daddy get to do it? And
we can't.
We can't.
Like, to them, a screen is a screen. Like, the phone is the phone, the computer, like, he's like, I want to watch something on your pewter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's nothing on my pewter.
Yeah.
It's
and you feel bad.
Like,
technically, you're lying to them when you tell them the TVs aren't working.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm lying to my kid. But like,
I know.
It will come a time where they're not going to believe you in that sense. Like
100%.
Now he's like, but it was working an hour ago. Like, what do you mean it's not working
they're smart.
now?
They're very smart.
But you have to, we went through the same stage at the same time, remember? I'm like, you cut the TVs, I cut the TVs. Like, there's no TV in the morning before school because then he wouldn't go to school. It was a train wreck. And now we'll give it to him after dinner.
Yeah.
Once dessert is done, and we'll give him like a 15-minute like grace period of it. And then it's like, okay, we're going to play. And you can't do it right before bed. Well, I can't do it right before bed because then they're psycho.
No. It's an hour. Like, the same way that they recommend to you, don't look at your screens an hour before bed. You have to give it the same thing to them because it riles them up. And now they're into the show. So it's like, now he'll like repeat the shows. Like, he's like, Hot Wheels, let's race. And like copying the show. I didn't even know there was a Hot Wheels show.
I didn't even know there was a Hot Wheels show either.
Hot Wheels, I choose you. And I'm like, okay. And now he's like, activate Hot Wheels.
I'm actually kind of excited for this weekend for him to show Arlo that.
Activate Hot Wheels. Everything's Hot Wheels now. We had a Paw Patrol stage. Now we're Hot Wheels
full
stage.
Parrots. Whatever they see, they say.
100%.
It's the funniest thing ever.
You literally have to watch what you say too, because I'm like, now we're in the stage of like copying, and I'm like, I swear, and it's bad.
I swear, I can't. How am I gonna not?
It's hard, but the tantrums is a lot.
It's very, very hard. You live and you learn. That's my biggest tip on that. Like the first couple of times, you kind of, your body goes into shock. You're like, how am I going to deal with it? And in the beginning, I was like, okay, take whatever you want, do whatever you want, like whatever.
Scared.
And then Adam kind of was like, no, let him fucking cry. And he fucking cries. And then he gets over it. He's not crying. They're fake crying.
No,
they
it's
want to get their way. It's all fake crying.
100%.
But the best thing that I do with him, if he's going into like a full meltdown, is pick him up if you can. My kid's very heavy. Bring him to a couch, bring him to his room, bring him to a quiet space, and say, I understand you are upset. I understand you are not getting your way, but this is how it's going to be right now. And we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to calm down. And honestly,
It
so
works.
far, it has worked.
I know.
They need a hug from you.
Yeah.
They need to know that their feelings are valid. Because yes, if you're watching something, Jesse, and I come in and I fucking turn that TV off, you'll be like, Amanda, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I was watching that. Thank you.
Like, what is your problem?
No, I get it. It
the
makes
best
sense.
tip is that and a timer.
Yeah, give them ample notice that it's going to come to an end. That's what I do now. I'm like, if you want to watch TV, it's one episode.
Yes.
It's 10 minutes.
When
like
it's done.
Preface that it's gonna end, and then it will come back again. And the more you like are adult about it, not adult, but like nice about it.
They
like,
need
the
to.
more,
They're starting to really understand.
like cause and effect.
They're not babies anymore.
No, I know.
As much as we want them to still be babies, they're not babies anymore.
No, but I agree with you of the pulling them out. Like I was like, discipline just doesn't work at this age to the extent that like hit them back or like or punish them or time out or that kind of stuff. Like I just don't find it works.
I don't find it works either.
A, they hit me back.
Yes. And B, they're just not going to listen. They're going to tantrum more.
No.
They want a hug from you.
They want love. They want to be heard. And I also think removing them from the space is the best thing that you can do.
I agree.
They just need to like.
I agree.
I think like if you treat timeout, like the concept of timeout is fine if it's treated with like respect, like move them here, take them here. Like
your timeout.
Yeah.
And or like Arlo would hit Ace, for example, like give him a nice smack to the face. We'd physically remove him from the situation, explain to him what he did was not okay, and go back and apologize to your brother.
100% you have to do that. Otherwise, they just like
it's going to get worse.
Way worse.
No, you have to start parenting your kids.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
No, I've actually
it's
noticed
not a joke anymore at this age.
No, I've noticed some of my friends, like they aren't like on top of their toddlers when it comes to like every interaction you have to parent them.
Yes.
And if you start to miss them, you can start to see the kids go like this.
Later
no,
on.
you really start to see a difference.
Yes.
And like you're not going to be perfect. Like
no one's perfect.
I don't do it perfectly all the time. I don't even know what perfect looks like, to be honest.
Perfect. There is no perfect.
Like sometimes my mom's like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I'm like, I try. I really do.
But it's not working for me, so I'm going to try something else.
And this one's not working.
I agree.
And like, I also don't want to like scare the living shit out of them that they have this like
fear.
Yes. Like,
I
don't want to parent out of fear.
No.
I will parent out of fear when it comes to safety.
Yes.
Like there are some things of safety that I'm like, no.
Yes.
Like I am like mean and I'm like, no.
But you need to do that.
But when it's like not that, not my thing.
Kind of like adding a little bit of like gentle parenting with old school parenting. I feel like that's the way I personally believe gentle parenting, just gentle parenting, like fuck that. Like no.
It's
like
too
they're
much.
so what? They're gonna be like la 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 la. Like no.
No, I know.
Have some structure because we all need structure in life. So try and add like a little bit of both to it.
Yeah. But the dealing with the tantrums is really tough.
Very hard.
I feel like
it drains you.
I feel like it starts with like the stupidest things. Like now my new thing is I ask him a question 9 times. Do you want the banana cut this way?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure you want the banana cut this way? Yes. If I'm going to cut it this way, are you going to be happy? No. I'm like, one time I asked him,
you
I was
have
like,
to, or else you're going to get frustrated. He's going to scream at you and then it's not going to get done. I do the exact same thing.
Can you sign this contract making sure you want the banana cut this way? Because I'm going to cut it and I don't have another one. So this is it.
Yeah. And it's getting better.
But like the sandwich thing the other day.
I was going to say the sandwich thing.
I asked him, like, do you want the sandwich? No. I ate the sandwich. He goes, I want the sandwich. I'm like, it's gone.
By the way, that's you. He totally took that from you.
Fuck. Right. When Josh ate my food and then I had a meltdown. Literally, I gave that to my kid.
You gave that to your kid. I'm sorry.
Oh,
tantrums are really hard, but we're just in the beginning of it. But I feel like it will simmer down. It'll just be like different.
And now he has sass. I don't want to do that. I'm not. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Well, that's great attitude. And that's a boy. I feel like girls are even more sassy. Oh,
I know.
Some of the girls are sassy.
I know.
They are. The boys are sassy too, but the girls like, it's us. Like, well, I'm sassy. Like, you're sassy.
Off.
Like, we're way sassier
I don't
than our
do
husbands.
This. Like, no. But
how did like the new thing now is like their independence and they have to do everything and like dress themselves.
Oh my God, I love to dress themselves.
But like I have such cute outfits and he wants to wear capes and costumes all day.
You're done. I don't have the capes and costumes, but when I go in every morning and I go, good morning, the Underwear is laid out. The socks are laid out. The color of socks has to be perfect. The shirt and the shorts. And I'm like, okay, but this doesn't match. He's like, this is what I'm wearing today.
Yeah, no,
and you're
they
gonna
don't
have
give a
to deal
shit.
with it.
Like he wears like shorts with blue stars and like
It's
green
a mishmash.
this and an
Today
orange
he wore
that.
a t-shirt that literally was a dress. It was all the way down to his knees. I was like, A, why is this in your cupboard? Why did I put that there? And B, like, it is what it is. Like, he chose it. It's game over. Like, you live with it.
I know.
But that's just where I start laughing now. I'm like, fuck it. I used to be like, perfect outfits, perfect this,
you
whatever.
don't
And I'm
care.
like, fuck it. Who cares?
No, this is where I say you pick your battles.
Like, who fucking cares
like if
he
they
wants
want
to
to
wear that?
Like, as long as they look not like actually insane.
Right.
Like the other day he wore a bathing suit and I'm like, okay, sure. If you want to wear a bathing suit, wear a bathing suit. I really don't give a crap.
Like, it is what it is.
Sure. Yeah, you
But
pick
choose your battles. Pick your battle. What's it?
Like,
Pick your battles.
Yeah, like I would rather not react to that and react to another instance where like
cut the banana the wrong way.
I cut the banana the wrong way. Or he literally shit in my backyard.
Yeah.
He pulled in, he goes, I have to poo. I'm like, okay, come to the toilet.
Right.
Nope.
I'm a dog.
Pull down his pants in the middle of the backyard, poos a giant like kebab-sized poo. I'm literally with the doggy bag, like going like this. I'm like, Josh, what
so
the
gross.
fuck?
Boys are gross.
Then you told me he had a poo story on your couch or something one day.
Yeah, Arlo I was like, do you need to go to the toilet to poo? No. Sits down on the couch. I had both kids. It was in the morning. Adam was at a workout. I'm downstairs. I'm like, I don't know. It's like it brought me back to like when they both were new, like babies. And like,
God.
Yeah, he shat all over my couch. Like he could have went to the toilet. He fucking understands. He was like, I don't give a fuck. That's where their minds are right now. They're like, we don't give a fuck.
No, I know.
They're in that mind. I wish like we were completely at that mindset, but like the 3-year-olds are, we don't give a fuck.
Like the other,
that's what goes on through their heads.
Like last night we were having dinner and he's like, I want French fries. And the next one goes, I want French fries. And then the adult goes, I want French fries. And you realize how ridiculous it is when like, they're just like, I want this.
I want it now. And that's it. And if they don't get their way, it's like mine starts to bawl his eyes out. He's very emotional.
Yeah.
So like you say no and it's a 2-second.
I know.
I'm like, Arlo, you're completely fine.
I honestly am going to send them to Hollywood.
Literally, they're the best actors ever.
Like they should hire
cry on command. You're like, right now, you're like, Amanda, like, we're not doing this. And imagine I just looked to you and I went,
I know. Like, I wish you could just take their emotions and apply them to adults. Like, you realize how ridiculous it is.
I know, but it's not, we're in it.
We're in it.
I don't think it's terrible 2s. I think it's terrible 3s.
I 1000%
I think
agree.
the 2 stage was totally, I think 1.5 was like where Ace is now. It's hard because he can't fully speak.
Right.
So he'll whine because I'm not understanding what he wants in the stage that he is in.
Right.
But 3 is that is tantrum fucking 3s.
Bad. And now we're at the stage where we're at like drop off programs. And I'm like, so help these teachers. Like, how are you dealing
I literally dropped them off and I'm like, it's your problem now. It's your problem now.
No, but like it's crazy. Like I feel bad. They're dealing with 10 3-year-olds.
Or they'll be like, how was your morning? Shit, he's your problem now. Have fun. See you in a couple hours.
But like speaking of programs, like why is it so fucking hard to get my kids?
I don't know, because there's so many kids. We all just multiplied.
But like it's like harder than a Taylor Swift concert.
I know.
I'm like, we're like on the thing at 5:58, waiting to get on. And I'm like,
really
did you get in? Did you get in? Did you
really have to be prepared. One of my, so Ace is doing the gymnastics that we did, like we did the parent and taught gymnastics. Arlo got in and all of us got in, but Ace got in, but 2 of his friends didn't get in. They signed up a minute later. And
insane.
It's really frustrating because you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked and there's nothing else you can do.
It's very frustrating. And I'm like, do you know how stressed moms are already?
To stress them out more.
Why are you doing this?
No, like, they're really stressed out. And it's the same thing now, like off topic, but like schools. Like you literally have to apply for schools when like you literally find out you're pregnant. You pee on a stick, you call the school. That's like the next thing.
Literally. I was post like 6 months postpartum with Ziggy and they're like, so what school is he going to? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me that? They're like, oh, you didn't apply the day you found out you were pregnant? I'm like, no.
But if someone's asking you now about Benny, you already have your fucking plan in check.
He's already on all these lists.
There you go. So our biggest advice for that, so off topic for what we were talking about, but
put them on the list.
Literally you find out you're pregnant, figure out what school you're going to.
It's a little bit scary to think about because you're like, that's a big, I mean, if you put them on wait lists and you don't have to give money, like
no, you're fine. Harm? But really, really think about it because that's the world that we're living in now. And I know that happens in Canada where we are, and it's happening way worse in the States.
Right.
it started in the States and then
Right.
now it's coming here where it's like impossible to get in where you
Well,
want to get in.
I think that like if there was a COVID baby boom.
Yeah.
There really was. Like
Yeah.
if you had a kid, maybe not 2020, because like those people were
Right.
like normal pregnant 2019.
Right.
But if you had a kid 2021 kind of on,
It's
you got
booming now.
pregnant during COVID. Everybody got pregnant during COVID because it was
There's
nothing else to do. And
Sex.
sex and alcohol and
Literally
that's-
sex, alcohol, and drugs.
Like I do you remember the first month you were just like on a Zoom with all your friends drinking? It was
Literally,
so
that's what we did. We had like house party and we were like drink. Oh my God.
And then I got pregnant. I was like, hey, bye.
Same.
Thanks.
Well, I literally looked at Adam. He was like, I'm not ready. I was like, well, I'm fucking ready. And there's nothing else to do. So let's have sex.
Literally.
Let's make a
I
baby.
had a very full 2020.
There
I was
you
like, I
go.
am not getting pregnant. I am not having kids.
And then you were like,
And then
hey,
I
like,
was
what am I going to do now?
Okay, this is 6 months in and I'm bored.
And I'm bored.
Go.
Let's make a baby.
Yeah. And yeah.
Here we are.
I mean, it took 6 months, but
Yeah.
If you had to think about like your go-to toddler products,
Okay. Toddler products.
mine,
Books.
yeah.
They love the books now. They really enjoy the books.
I feel like anything that makes them independent.
Yes.
Like the towers, the cutting stuff, like the like kitchen utensils,
right.
their own like cleaning supplies, like vacuums, whatever. Like
They
Ziggy's at
just wanna be a
Montessori, they
part of
want to
it.
like do this.
Right. But I do like the other toys too. Like we just said, like we got him like the Hot Wheels where like they put the cars and they like
Yeah.
go down the ramp and like things that they can figure out themselves. Or
yeah,
my brother
like now
just
is
got
when
him.
independent play is starting.
Yeah, so
I
got
find.
him. My brother got him for his birthday like this wheel, this like car. I have to show you that. Ziggy's gonna love it. And he literally is telling me he's driving, and then
That's
he
cute.
literally stops. No, he puts it into park, and then he goes, "I'm going to the grocery store." And like watching him, it's so crazy because I'm like, you're learning this from Adam and I. Like you're
Right.
learning. Like
He's
so, he stops
seeing.
the car. He goes, "Okay, I'm going to the grocery store." Gets up. Goes to the grocery store, picks up his stuff. He goes, okay, back into drive. And then he starts driving again. And I was like, mind blown. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, you're a human.
Yeah, no,
You're a real human.
When Ziggy turned 3, I was like, this is like really when you become you. Like
Yeah.
he became him this year. Like he became a tiny little human man and he knows everything.
Man.
But I human man. But I think also like the make believe play. Like we do a lot of make believe,
Yeah.
like whatever, and it's so cute that like it's so like he's like, oh, do like
you want this? Like
Yeah.
they love the feed it. They love feeding you, right?
Yeah.
It's like, let's
whatever
make this.
for whatever reason he's into shrimps right now.
I love it.
He
So he
goes-
wants to feed you shrimp.
Yeah. I'm like, what's at your store? Shrimps and cake. I'm like, ew, okay, great.
Okay,
Can't
I
wait
guess
to
I'm
have
having
shrimps.
it. No, I love it. It's
Yeah,
like
this is
you get
very
the
fun.
tantrum part, which what we talked about, but then you're also getting this like human.
Yeah.
Like you're really
I
starting.
know. Like I feel like we always like harp on the negative because like it's
But there's so much
tough.
positive.
But like you really a lot of people also don't really talk about the like
Positive.
really positive. Like
Yes.
it is not just like fun, it is so fun. Like this
Right.
is like the best age ever that they're like your best friend.
They
like
are
they
your best
literally
friend.
can
They
come
want to
with
do
you
everything with you.
They're so happy to be with you. Like you leave the room and they're like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Like why
They
want to
hang out with you, enjoy it now because it's not going to last.
Like,
What was the
he's-
saying? It's till 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That saying, you have little kids until 4, and if you miss it, you miss it, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're at 3,
We're at
which means
3
we have
already.
1 more year. And you said like you have like a niece or something who's 5, and
Yeah,
it's like
she's a human.
yeah. And I know my cousin's kids, they're like 10, 8, 6. Like
They're
they're
independent
kids.
completely.
They're real kids now. They're not.
So really take the time, enjoy them, really, really enjoy them. And no one's telling you it's easy, but you're learning, they're learning.
Like,
and
They say the years are long and the days are short. I think it's all short.
I think it's
like
all
it's all
short.
fucking short.
Literally.
Like, other than the first year being long,
it's the
all
first year
short.
that's long. You're 100% right.
Everything's short. It just comes and it
In
goes,
2
and
seconds,
it comes and it
then
goes.
you
and-
realize you're getting older and older and older. My mom always said, like, you're going to see, like, when we were younger, pre-kids, like, okay, year goes by, your birthday. But, like, now you're like, holy fuck, I have a 3-year-old?
I
That
know.
means I'm 3 years older.
I know.
Then they get to 4 and 5 and whatever. And you're like, holy shit.
no,
it's
like
been,
when they're 10, we're gonna
years.
be 40.
I know. Sorry to all the 40-year-olds, but
No, like it's like I still feel 18 sometimes.
I literally don't understand. Sometimes I'm like, I wake up in the morning sometimes thinking I'm like in like a movie where I'm like, I have to go downstairs and take care of kids right now.
I
Like I
know.
can't just like get back into bed. Like I have those like, what the, like I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, no, I want to go back into bed sometimes.
I know.
But like, no.
No, I know. We were at a birthday party and like this one guy didn't have kids and everyone else did. And I'm like, have a nice Sunday afternoon to yourself.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go
Yeah.
like deal with
Yeah. So if
terror.
so speaking of that, if you are pregnant right now with your first,
Enjoy.
sleep. Enjoy
it. Yes.
Do everything, because your life is never going to be the same, but it's
Good and bad.
good and bad. And that's tantrum. I was going to say tantrum Tuesdays, but
yeah, I like those. Those are fun. I keep them coming. Those are great.
There you go.
Okay, guys. Well, that's all we got. So we will see you next week.